This week we talk about recent Star Wars director changes, Tezzz talks about Kong Skull Island, and we battle franchises we want to see turned into a Lego film. Nerd Central starts right now. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Nerd Central. We did it! A second episode. Feels good. I'm your host, Nathaniel Cochran, and we will start off this episode with movie news. If you have been living under a rock, a couple weeks ago, Lucasfilm and Colin Trevorrow parted ways from episode 9. Trevorrow and Lucasfilm's visions for the film differed. The following week, Lucasfilm announced a new director for the project, and it is one who is familiar with Star Wars, and no, it's not George Lucas. J.J. Abrams will helm the project with himself and Chris Terrio of Batman v Superman and Justice League fame to write a script. Before all of this happened, the Han Solo film was going through its own director changes. Phil Lord and Chris Miller were removed from the project. Ron Howard was brought on to finish overseeing the project. This directing change was very unusual because Lord and Miller were a few weeks from finishing principal photography. It's always sad to see a director and studio part ways on a project they both worked so hard to perfect. We here at Nerd Central wish Trevorrow, Lord, and Miller the best in whatever they do next, and we want to say good luck to JJ and Howard on the projects they are working on for Lucasfilm. In other news, earlier this month, Stephen King's It hit theaters, and boy did a lot of people want to go see it. It was projected to make $60 to $70 million in its opening weekend. It went on to smash that projection with an opening of $123.4 million. In its second weekend, the film made its projected amount $60 million. Now we're going to take it to Tezzz Talks here on Nerd Central, where Tezzz talks about the film Kong Skull Island. Tezzz?
Well, hello. Welcome to another edition of Tezzz Talks on Nerd Central. And today, I'll be talking about Kong Skull Island. Now, basically, this movie is set where humans go to visit a mysterious island where they drop bombs all over the place. As a result, they discover a new ecosystem and its inhabitants.
Hey Randy, you're not gonna believe this. The bedrock
is practically hollow.
But unfortunately, one of these inhabitants is a 100-foot tall primate. That's been called Kong. So Kong do not find these humans to be friendly, so he goes on the defense. And the reason being that he is the last of his kind, he will defend his home territory by any means necessary. Now overall, this film keeps its viewers engaged due to the cinematics and visual effects. The only thing that I would like to mention as a critique, because you know I have to critique the film, is Kong's body frame. His body frame does not seem to be gorilla or ape accurate. It's more of a human body frame. But other than that, I can honestly rate this movie a solid 4.7 out of 5. Now this is a high rating on my scale, because that's how much I enjoyed this film. Now I'm not gonna give you any spoilers. Just know that Kong shows out in this movie. Now, that will conclude my segment. Now back to your regular scheduled program.
Thanks, Tezzz. Skull Island looks pretty good. We've had the pleasure of getting not one, but 2 new trailers for films coming out later this year and early next year. The first film was Tomb Raider, this film based on the long-running series of the same name. But there's one catch, the film's an adaptation of the 2013 reboot game instead of the 1996 game that started it all. This is not the first time Hollywood has tried to adapt the game series to the big screen. In 2001, Paramount released Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, with Angelina Jolie taking on the titular role. It was successful enough to garner a sequel. With the announcement of the new trailer, the first poster for the film was unveiled. And look at it, looks pretty good for a first poster, huh? This film releases on March 16th, 2018. The second film was Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. This film is a sequel to the 1995 film starring Robin Williams. It follows 4 ordinary high school students as they get sucked into a video game called Jumanji, where The Rock, Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan, and Jack Black are their avatars. This film releases on December 20th, 2017. We are going to take a short break. Stay tuned for more Nerd Central. Welcome back to Nerd Central. We move right to TV news. Last Sunday was the Primetime Emmy Awards show. Here are some of the big winners. Donald Glover won the award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series against Anthony Anderson, Aziz Ansari, Zach Galifianakis, William H. Macy, and Jeffrey Tambor. Saturday Night Live took home 6, including both guest actor and actress for Dave Chappelle and Melissa McCarthy, respectively. Kate McKinnon for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series and Outstanding Variety Sketch Series. The big winner of the night was The Handmaid's Tale, which won Outstanding Drama Series. Elizabeth Moss for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series, Ann Dowd for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series, and Alexis Bledel for Outstanding Guest Actress in a Drama Series. We here at Nerd Central want to congratulate everyone who was nominated, and a special congrats to the winners in each and every category. Now we are going to take it to Eli Stanley with top 5 action animes. Eli?
This is Eli Stanley with Nerd Central, and this week I'm going to be taking a look at my top 4 action anime that I would recommend. Now, reminder that this is my personal opinion, and these 4 are coming from the list of anime that I have watched thus far. There are plenty that should be on this list, and I am not able to get it into this video, but these 4 stood out to me as perfect or near perfect examples of what the action genre is. First up is Blue Exorcist. This story is about twin brothers Rin and Yukio Okamura fighting demons with a team of friends. There are plenty of fights in the series, and none of them seem outright ridiculous. Just good old-fashioned fighting. Next up is Soul Eater. This show focuses on Weapon Meister Maka and her weapon, Soul Eater. In order to allow Soul to become one of Death's weapons, he needs to eat 99 Kishin souls and 1 soul of a witch. That being said, there are a ton of fights, and it goes towards the anime stereotype of everyone trying to one-up each other. Next up is Noragami. This story about the god of calamity Yato and a girl named Hiyori is an emotion-packed anime with a surprisingly great storyline. You never really feel like the creators were just trying to make ridiculous fights to show the ever-increasing power of the main protagonist. Last up is Morabito. Morabito follows the spearwoman bodyguard Balsa in her attempts to protect the child prince Chagum from assassination by the king. There is action around every corner in this story. Amazing backstory and even better character development make you sit on the edge of your seat, wondering if she will be successful. Balsa's technique and skill, paired with her speed, quick thinking, and agility, make her one hell of a warrior. This anime perfectly defines to me what an action anime should be. Perfectly balanced between plot and action. This is Eli Stanley, signing off.
Thanks, Eli. Naruto's my favorite anime. We have even more TV news for you guys. With it being fall, that means new seasons of your favorite shows. That also means some new shows that could be some new favorites. Here are some of them that you should give a try. The Orville. From the mind of Seth MacFarlane, this Star Trek parody takes place 400 years in the future, with Ed Mercer, played by Seth MacFarlane, granted captain of a ship in the fleet because there are more ships than available captains. With every captain, there needs to be a first officer. Insert Ed ex-wife he caught cheating on him. It's from the mind of Seth MacFarlane. What'd you expect? This series has already kicked off and has 3 episodes that you can watch. Star Trek Discovery. Speaking of Star Trek, the Star Trek universe gets another series set before the original series. This series follows the crew of the Discovery as they explore new worlds and go where no man has gone before. It premiered this past Sunday on CBS, but will be exclusively on CBS All Access from here on out. Now we are going to take it to our new segment, Mighty Morphin Madness, with Zach Brown. Zach?
Welcome to the debut episode of Mighty Morphin Madness, where me, your host Zach Brown, talks about everybody's favorite teenagers with attitude, the Power Rangers.
Ay, what do we do?
Teleport to us 5 overbearing and over-emotional humans.
No, not that, not teenagers.
That's correct, Alpha.
I was afraid of that.
The original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TV series debuted on Fox Kids on August 28th in 1993. It then became a huge pop culture sensation in the 90s, with its huge line of action figures and other items, including mac and cheese and spaghetti.
Hey kids, now you can grab the power with the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger food. Great tasting food just for you. First, there's the tasty and terrific mac and cheese dinner. Next, 2 more phenomenal canned power pasta products. Spaghetti rings in tomato and cheese sauce, or spaghetti with meatballs and tomato sauce.
The original series follows 5 teenagers from Angel High in the fictitious city of Angel Grove, California, getting called upon by Zordon after his arch-nemesis Rita Repulsa escapes a space dumpster on the moon, where she and her minions are trapped in for 10,000 years. Throughout the series, we see the Rangers continually fight Rita's monsters and foil her plans to take over Earth time and time again. Some of my favorite monsters the Rangers had to face were Eye Guy, a monster with a bunch of eyes who could absorb knowledge from children, and my top favorite, Pudgy Pig, a pig that ate everything, including the Rangers' weapons. They eventually defeated him by feeding him a spicy sandwich, and in return, he pretty much threw up their weapons. Good TV.
Okay, Trini, send down the hot stuff.
1 red hot radish coming up. Hey, pig, you hungry? Catch.
All the footage of the Rangers in their suits were actually used footage from Japan's equivalent to the Power Rangers, Super Sentai. When Power Rangers debuted in the United States, Super Sentai was already in their 16th season. Overall, Power Rangers has spanned 24 years, and in that time has released 3 feature films, including the new Power Rangers movie released earlier this year, and they are currently on season 27 of the TV series, with Power Rangers Ninja Steel currently airing on Nickelodeon. This has been Zach Brown with Mighty Morphin Madness. Now back to Nerd Central.
Thanks, Zach. The Green Ranger is my favorite Ranger. We will take it to Haley Southard for the review of the series Teen Titans. Haley?
Hi, this is Haley Southard from Nerd Central, and today I will be talking about Teen Titans. Based on a comic book, main characters include Robin, Raven, Beast Boy, Starfire, and Cyborg. The Teen Titans live together in Titan Tower, and like all roommates, they get on each other's nerves. The Teen Titans also learn to accept themselves while fighting their own villains. Cyborg's enemy is Brother Blood, who works for a school that is working with robotics, and offers Cyborg the chance to become human, but Cyborg accepts that he's half man, half machine. Robin's enemy is Slade, who wants the Teen Titans destroyed and Robin as a sidekick. At this point, Slade is presumed dead, and his ghost haunts Robin. Robin accepts that Slade is gone. Starfire's enemy is her older sister, Blackfire. Starfire challenges her sister for the crown and destroys a jewel that her sister used to take over their home planet. Starfire wins and becomes ruler. Raven's enemy is her father, also known as Satan. He wants to control Earth, and Raven stands in his way. Raven defeats her father by finding strength through the knowledge of friendship. In the final battle, the Teen Titans and their allies fight all of the villains that they have met throughout the show. There's interesting characters with unique powers, and it teaches people some important life lessons. What I don't like is that the series is super long, but how else are they going to tell the whole story? But don't trust my opinion. Watch it and decide for yourself. That's all from me. Again, this is Haley Southard from Nerd Central. Stay nerdy. I just hope they don't make a sequel.
Thanks, Haley. I really like the old Teen Titans series. It's a shame what they're doing with it now. Like, Teen Titans Go is trash, like literally garbage trash, like on fire, garbage can fire. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this week's Nerd Central. You can watch Nerd Central and all of our other great programs on KNWT's YouTube page, and follow KNWT on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Nerd Showdown is next. Please stay tuned.
Hello, and welcome to Nerd Showdown, the part of Nerd Central where we battle it out on a particular topic we have no business debating. This week, with the recent release of the Lego Ninjago movie, we posed a question: if you could make any franchise into a Lego film, which one would it be? Keep in mind, if there's already merchandise that has Lego on it, it is not eligible. I'm your host for this week, Aaron Wilkins, and if the studio doesn't look that familiar, it's because we have radio people on this special episode of Nerdmageddon and Nerd Central Collab. Talking and defending Transformers is Court Jensen, and representing Halo is Joel Harmer. Fighters, the rules are simple. Both competitors will be able to make their points to the audience. After that, it is up to you to vote on our Twitter page to show who reigns supreme. And speaking of our Twitter page, the results are in from last week's showdown between NBC's Chuck and Fox's Archer, in a battle to see which is the best spy series, and the winner is Archer, of course, because the guy that plays Archer is also the voice of Bob's Burgers. Congratulations, and thank you to all who voted in the poll. Now that that's out of the way, let's showdown. Joel, you're up first.
All right, here's why I think Halo's better, Court. So one, Halo, you have Master Chief. Who'd be a better Lego than Master Chief? Let's be real here. You got Master Chief be the awesome Lego, don't know where I'm going with that. And then you got tons of different creatures you can go with it as well. You got all the Covenant, other humans, the Flood, the new Prometheans. So you got tons of little action figures to go with that too. On top of that, you got all their vehicles that you can build. So, you know, people love building the Millennium Falcon for Star Wars. Well, now you can build Covenant dropships. And I don't want to hear, you know, oh, Transformers, they are vehicles. Because, yeah, they turn into vehicles. So, I don't, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Fine. Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, they are vehicles, Joel. But they're transforming giant sentient robots also, and there's a planet named Unicron that is a planet-devouring robot that's way better than Master Chief. There's adorable Volkswagen robot named Bumblebee that, honestly, what kid doesn't want? And there's a freaking dinosaur. There's actually 4, 5, 6 dinosaurs, the Dinobots. There's Constructicons that turn into a giant robot, or a robot that turns into a bigger robot. Kids are gonna eat this up. Also, I would love to see the 1986 Transformers, the movie. It was called The Transformers, the movie, because they like to do that in the 80s. That's weird. But I don't want any of my Transformers Lego movie to be anything to do with Michael Bay, first of all. Yes, that's kind of a strike against me, but it's also gonna help the world out, because the less Bay we have, the better the world's gonna be. Okay? But the 1986 movie traumatized me. So if it's gonna traumatize me, it's gotta traumatize, I can't even, that's not even a word. It's gonna add trauma to kids, because in the movie, Optimus Prime died. And who doesn't want to see Optimus Prime die as a giant sentient robot in Lego form?
So your argument for defending Transformers is you want to traumatize kids.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like a great way to go.
Yeah.
Hey, how do I want to sell Legos? I know, let's traumatize the kids. I mean, come on now. You have planets and stuff, and you have dinosaurs. Okay, my area, they have legit dinosaurs. You don't have robots. We got real dinosaurs on planets. Those are creatures. And then you want to use your robots. Yeah, Master Chief kills robots. So, yeah. You had Shia LaBeouf.
Steven Spielberg produced some of my movies, like my debating movies. I think I mentioned a giant sentient planet named Unicron that could easily destroy a teensy-weensy Master Chief. There's also Fortress Maximus, a giant base that could transform into a robot that would tower over him. I think he would just step on him. Actually, most of the robots could just step on Master Chief or any of those.
Master Chief has destroyed planets. Just saying, he's destroyed planets.
Oh, good luck.
Also, my universe too, because superheroes are so popular, we have Luke Cage as a voice actor.
We have legendary voice actors, Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime, and Peter Welker. IMDb Peter Welker, everyone out there. And you can see his accolades. We also have Casey M.F. Kasem as a voice in the 86 series.
And you have the Bumblebee spinoff coming out, which has John Cena as their main actor.
But who doesn't want to see John Cena in
Nobody
Lego
can see
form?
him, it's John Cena.
Who doesn't?
John Cena!
Who doesn't want to see John Cena in Lego form?
Everybody.
How about Anthony Hopkins in Lego form would be fantastic.
Just say your Lego universe is going to have Lego Shia LaBeouf doing Just Do It as he loses his mind and goes
That's
crazy.
okay.
And they're going to have a Lego Mark Wahlberg, which, that's...
Come on, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, well,
Come on, man.
Marky Mark's cool and all, but you want a Lego Marky Mark?
Well, that's going to do it for Nerd Showdown. Northwest Sessions is next. Just as a reminder to vote on KNWT's Twitter page to show your support for this week's showdown. And tune into Nerdmageddon Thursdays from 8 to 10 on KZLX. We'll see you next week. This week with the really... It's just really awkward, looking up. I can feel my Lady Adam's apple just like...
My Lady's Adam's apple?
Yeah.
Good band
Lady's
name.
Adam's apple. Lady's genitals.
Lady's genitals.
That's a great one.
Like a big,
That would be a hardcore metal band.
Oh yeah.
Look at the lady's genitals! I am your singer, Aaron Wilkins.